This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Monday, everybody. Stephanie Jones there at the end of the table. We must have some British news today, huh?
Oh, yes, piping hot.
Something's going down in Britain. A couple things, actually. The British Oscars, the BAFTA Awards, were held last night in London. Prince William and Kate Middleton, the Prince and Princess of Wales, returned to the BAFTAs after missing the past 2 years. Kate wore a one-shoulder Alexander McQueen dress with long black gloves and earrings from Zara. Keeping it real, Florence Pugh brought some color to the event with a vibrant orange Tully gown?
Tulle.
Why did you change it from Tulle to Tully? Leave Tulle in the prompter for this Tulle. All right. Angela Bassett wore this custom lavender gown that was inspired by tulips, and Cynthia Erivo looked stunning in this custom Louis Vuitton metallic copper dress that included 20,000 rectangular-shaped sequins that were individually sewn on.
Wow.
I mean, amazing, right?
Amazing. What do you think, Steph?
She looks like she's going to war, like the most amazing, like athletic, beautiful woman ever, like gracing the red carpet in armor.
Yeah, she looked great.
Yeah, I love it.
Amazing.
What do you think? What's up?
What?
Everyone's like, huh? We're doing a show. What's going on? What did you think about Kate Middleton wearing Zara? That was pretty cool.
I think Cynthia Erivo is really like kind of what?
Nothing.
No,
It's Monday up in here.
I am just being positive. Okay.
All right.
This is what happens when you are just so in your element and you can show up like. She looks like a work of art, but
really
Cynthia
does.
Erivo always looks like a work of art.
She shows up.
And I always forget she can sing. I always forget she's like an amazing
yes.
singer. Like I always think of her acting,
Super
but then her
accomplished.
singing too. I thought Kate Middleton looked nice. They went for a black and white look, I assume.
Yeah,
What did you think?
I like the monochromatic
Good assumption.
feeling that they were going for, but I just don't think they've quite hit the nail on the head there. I really like the Alexander McQueen dress. I think it's really beautiful, like with the draping and the long one shoulder, but I don't think it really flows with like the big Zara earrings that are like really floral, and then the black gloves. I get what they're trying to do,
But it's not working.
but it's not quite there. It's just not that. But I do like having a middle part and not having the big bouncy blowout we used to seeing though. That's a bit more sleek.
That's cute.
I love a white dress with black gloves.
Yeah.
I think it just needs some separation.
Nice.
I mean, what more separation can you get than black and white?
like-
No, like the separation of where
'Cause
her
it's too
arm doesn't
close.
look like it's actually black.
Oh, you mean like lower?
Yeah, like where it's
like
covering
lower
it.
down on the arm.
Yeah.
Like right by waistline.
I just
All right.
think it's just not getting it, is it?
Yeah.
All right, there you guys go. All right, as for the actual awards, the German language film All Quiet on the Western Front won big, winning Best Film, Best Director, and 5 other awards. There was big mishaps, however, when presenting the award for Best Supporting Actress. Deaf actor Troy Kotzer signed Carrie Condon's name, but the interpreter announced Carrie Mulligan's name instead.
That's a mulligan.
Well, guess what? They got to redo because they edited that part out of the actual TV broadcast, which saw Carrie Condon rightfully accept her award. But you're right. Pretty awkward.
Yeah.
Austin Butler won Best Actor for Elvis, who still seems to be emulating the king. Let's watch.
I want to thank my family. You are my everything. And lastly, I want to thank the Presley family. I cannot thank you guys enough for your love and for sharing with me who Elvis truly was.
What if he's like, oh man, I didn't really win? No, that was Carrie Mulligan.
That was Carrie Mulligan. Okay, so I did some deep research. I'm so annoyed at Austin Butler for this, I can't get rid of the voice, because I'm like, yeah, right, okay. It turns out, though, that he studied with a vocal coach, and they literally, like, changed the muscles in his vocal cords, and he's having trouble switching back. So I give him a little bit of grace, but he's also campaigning really hard for this Best Actor, which I think he's going to get come the Academy Awards. But after that, the second you win the award, you got to go back to sounding like yourself, dude.
I think he needs to, I think he can sound like himself now while he's receiving the awards, but I do think it's mellowed. I don't think it's quite as harsh as it was like previously in the year, and I think it's leading him up to the SAG Awards, and I think it's giving him a great shining light platform.
Yeah.
So
You got to gradually get rid of that. You can't just drop it. You got to gradually stretch it out.
That's true.
Yeah,
you're right. I think people are ready for, I'd like to see him in something else. I'd be so interested.
There's nothing worse than
he
like,
still
if he
didn't even get his
stays
due
there.
yet. Let the guy get his due.
Oh, he'll
Best
get
actor.
his due. That's my Elvis.
That was your Elvis?
Oh.
Hey, baby. Is that bad?
Is that bad? I might leave. The king has left the building.
It's the face. No, it's the facial expression. What's with the squinting eye?
Because he has one lip up.
If we're gonna do it, let's just get a one shot. Let's just do it.
Hey,
Yeah.
baby. It's like threatening. Sorry.
Oh my God, I'm offended. I don't know why. All right. Staying in Britain, King Charles has, thank you, Tori, that was wonderful. King Charles has reportedly made his selection for who he would like to see perform at his coronation. Tori was the first one doing her Elvis
Doing that
impression,
one, yeah.
but has
I'm
scheduling
busy.
conflicts.
Appointment.
So King Charles apparently said he would like to see Ed Sheeran and Adele hit the stage for the event in May, but it looks like that might not happen. Ed has apparently declined because of his scheduling conflict in Texas the day before the coronation, but Adele allegedly turned down the invitation even though her calendar appears to be free.
Hello.
Goodbye. There are reports that the Spice Girls will reunite for the event. That's kind of embarrassing. The last time they performed together was in 2012 at the London Olympics. Don't pretend like that's not embarrassing.
It isn't. That's
How
cool.
is that embarrassing?
The
Please do.
Spice Girls?
That's really cool.
Oh, okay.
The Spice Girls are one of the biggest exports my country's had in
So
a very
the next
long
president,
time.
we're going to have Hanson perform there? I don't think so.
I mean, the level of Hanson and Spice Girls are far different.
Listen, don't
so let's not confuse
scoff
that.
the Hansons. They got a lot of good jams. Penny and Me, they got some good ones.
I just hope if they do perform that Victoria does come back.
I do too, Posh Spice. Now, I heard rumors they are all getting back together, and Posh would be there. And I don't know what you're thinking. I think it would be a tremendous boon for at least King Charles to get somebody to play.
Maybe I'm thinking what the rest of the world is thinking. They haven't performed together in 11 years.
But for the Brits, it's important.
Yes, but you also have to remember that the Spice Girls was one of the first public performances that Prince Charles and Harry attended after
Together.
the death of Diana.
Yes.
And it's something that
Erica, that
he
makes sense.
references. So it would be a quite.
And also, it's meant to be an olive branch to Harry. So he's very fond of them. He loves Jerry. And that's also what made Prince Charles, well, now King Charles, a little bit cool was Jerry was squeezing his bum.
That's
And it was all
right.
over the press and like,
It made
oh,
him
he can take a
cooler.
joke. And so I think, one, for Harry, it's very meaningful. Two, for Charles, it's very meaningful. And three, it's the Spice Girls. I don't know what planet you've been on, even though it was maybe 10 years
North America.
ago.
Zigga zigga.
Yeah, you guys made some good points. I'll take the L on that one.
Nice.
Even though I thought the Hanson reference was. All right. We wanted to share some sad news. Comedian and actor Richard Belzer has passed away. Richard died on Sunday with his family by his side. He was 78 years old. Richard got his start as warm-up comic for Saturday Night Live back in the 1970s. He then became a fixture on late-night shows and at comedy clubs in the 80s and 90s. He played Detective Munch on Law & Order SVU for 14 seasons from 1999 to 2013, appearing in 330 episodes. That's some nice residuals.
Yeah.
His Law & Order co-star,
Mariska Hargitay.
thank you, posted this tribute on Instagram, writing, "I will miss your unique light and your singular take on this strange world." And fellow comic Billy Crystal tweeted, "Richard Belzer was simply hilarious, a genius at holding a crowd. So sad he passed away, so happy."
That's
The
over.
script's over. Yeah, sorry, but
No, he's very well known for his comic timing, and he's what we call I'm not a comics comic, but he's a comics comic. He knows how to handle a crowd, knows what to do, and then also can play it straight, and as he did for 330 episodes. But he just had a very particular point of view, and it was well thought out, and comics really respected him. And SV was great.
Yeah, Detective Munch will forever go down in history of Law and Order as a beloved character.
Yeah.
He had his he was kind of like a Jeff. in
Yeah,
some
kind of
ways.
ornery. Yeah, a little salty. Look at his little kid. You are a little
does he
bit.
get mad when his scripts are too long?
Yeah, he would. But he's
He
kind of
would.
He kind of reminds me of Bourdain in that way. He kind of was he was straight at life. He would say it like it was, and he will be missed because he was an excellent social commentarian.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
You're welcome.
Coming up on DBL, a new filter is taking over TikTok. We're going to see what we look like as teenagers.
Oh, no.
Oh, and drama at CNN as Don Lemon is off air another day after the sexist comments he made about Nikki Haley. Should he lose his job over this, though?
Our viewers are talking about DBL.
Yes!
I like that.
Leaves me speechless. I'm like blushing.
Thank you, thank you.
That's emotional.
Do I want to sit there and watch them? Yes, I do. All right, so if you guys didn't know, BAFTAs is usually a precursor into what we should see along with the SAG Awards for the Academy Awards that I'm really excited for. I think we can all say pretty clearly Austin Butler probably has his get on Best Actor. I don't think All Quiet on the Western Front will do the big awards at the Academy Awards, but maybe more technical. It was, I've heard, amazing. I didn't see it, so I can't comment on that. I think you're gonna see the Daniels, which is one of the only winners for Best Director as a duo, win for Best Director for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And I am hoping Michelle Yeoh wins as Best Actress, and she will be the first Asian American actress for 90-something, I mean, it's some ridiculous amount of time at the Academy Awards. So Banshees of Inisherin also did super, super well, which is an Irish film.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell and
which
Gleeson,
obviously
Brendan
Austin
Gleeson.
beat him out for the Best Actor last night.
Who did? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Austin beat him out.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I really wanted to see Banshees of Inisherin. I heard it's amazing. I saw a Triangle of Sadness. You might want to.
That was crazy.
You might want to have a little warning.
That was
Warning on that one.
Why warning?
It's a social commentary with Woody Harrelson, with the rich and the not so rich on a boat.
Right.
And what happens is a lot of very over-the-top bodily fluids happen, and there's a shipwreck, and things switch of who's on top and who's not. Like,
Don't watch it while you're eating.
don't watch it while you're eating. I'm the captain. It's fascinating, but it is very gross. I guess you should say on purpose, but it is a lot of that. And then Women Talking, I heard, was also super good. What is another up for Best Picture? I think Everywhere All at Once. Have you seen it?
No, not yet. I watched a documentary with Michelle on it, and it was it was fantastic.
Yeah, I really hope.
Welcome back. There's a lot of drama over at CNN. So Don Lemon is absent today from CNN's This Morning show. He reportedly extended his vacation in Miami. This is the second morning he's missed, following comments he made on the show last week that were slammed for being sexist. Let's take a look.
Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. Oh, I got another.
I'm not saying
decade.
I agree with that.
Ooh, I've been there, Donnie. Donnie tweeted this out saying his comments were inartful, irrelevant, and that he regretted it. Inartful?
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Now this is on you. I had your back
Yeah,
until
right
inartful.
now he's done.
Okay, there's a ton of speculation that CNN is unhappy with Don and his job may be in jeopardy. So does he need to lose his job over the comments he made?
No. No. I mean,
people have been fired in the past.
I understand, but also I know that people are very upset about this, but I, in good faith, cannot sit up here on live television and say that something that you said that either came out wrong or that weren't your intentions of doing so is automatically a fireable offense. However, there are going to be some caveats to that. There are going to be some things that you just cannot take back. This was something that I would have liked for the apology to have been something that people felt good about and knew his intentions behind. Now, that being said, we hear that the apology didn't go over well in-house. Now, did it not go over well in-house because of the climate of Don Lemon in CNN with his colleagues or whatever, or are we just being reported that it didn't go over well? Either way, I can't say that particular question, should you lose your job over saying something and misstepping on air, be a fireable offense if it doesn't have to do with things that we already know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Steph, let me ask you a serious question. Do you think Tori should be fired over her Elvis impression?
I think she should be given a bonus over it for putting herself out there.
That's so exciting.
so much.
No, let's go back to Don Lemon. What did you think of his comments?
I absolutely agree with Erica. Obviously, I think he very much misstepped with his words. I don't think I hope he didn't mean what he said.
We don't know.
I really hope. But I think, it would be really sad for him if, this is an easy out for the network to get rid of him if things aren't working for other reasons, like maybe sponsorship, maybe viewer ratings, whatever, maybe whatever. They can put it on a number of things. It's an easy out, which is really sad because I think he's good. And I don't think he meant what he said.
But the girls didn't, they were giving it to him a little bit, right?
But
They didn't let him off the hook.
Why couldn't they, though? Like us, we all say things that we like, don't like, we agree, disagree. I mean, why can't they speak their piece and say, hey, hold up, what you said was wrong?
But that's what I'm saying. They were holding him accountable in the moment.
If they can do that and he can fight his piece back, then, I think that's okay.
Yeah, I actually thought they let him off easy because if I was sitting there, I would have gone toe to toe. Because my first question would have been like,
prime for what?
Donnie, we are not at cocktails right now. What are you doing? Sometimes we have conversations and I'm like, yo, this isn't at the thing up the street where we had a couple martinis. We are on air right now. What is happening?
And also to say you Googled when a woman is in her prime.
You too.
That's
women
really
Google
Listen,
thing. That was he was running out of steam.
Oh, dude, you saw the struggle.
He was just Google it.
When I saw him doing that, I didn't say it was Google. I'm like, oh, dude, I've been there, man. I've been there.
Oh, my God.
And also, if she said the right question, prime for what? Childbearing? Prime for television? Prime for being presidential? We got 78-year-old men running, 80-year-old men running. Why is she's not in her prime? So it was a misstep, and he's been shamed for it a lot. I don't think he should be fired for it.
Yeah, he should have said, you know what, y'all? I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
I messed up.
Would that
Let
have
me
been
stop.
better? If he just owned it and I totally misspoke.
Yes.
In that moment.
Yes.
I don't know why he didn't. Where was his producing team? Where the girls hey, did you mean that? You don't mean that, surely. And he just carried on going.
Listen, it happens.
It does happen. And he shouldn't be fired for it. But you know what? He should have been a tisk because you don't say that and it's rude and it's sexist. So he learned his lesson.
Tisk tisk.
Isn't that cool what you do?
All right, coming up on DBL, a filter that makes you look like a teenager is going viral on TikTok. We're going to find out if it's accurate. We've all done this. We haven't seen the results, though.
No, we
so
haven't.
we're excited. Stick around.
As people file their taxes, the tax credits will look different from the past 2 years when some extras were tacked on. Because of this, we've gotten a lot of questions in our email asking about dependent tax credits. To verify, we went to President and Chief Tax Information Officer at Jackson Hewitt Mark Stieber, the American Rescue Plan, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and the IRS. The first question, can you claim a non-relative dependent and receive a refund on your 2022 taxes without having income?
The answer for now is no. They changed the rule for 2021, made it a much more expansive credit, fully refundable. But after 2021, the rule expired and reverted back to the pre-pandemic amounts.
So we can verify that no, you cannot claim a non-relative dependent and receive a refund if you do not have income. The next question, I haven't worked this year. Can I still claim child tax credit?
And unfortunately, the now current child tax credit does have both, an income offset requirement to use most of the credit, and then even to get the balance back in the way of the additional refundable child tax credit portion, you still have to have some income.
For 2021, the American Rescue Plan increased key tax credits to help families offset expenses associated with the pandemic. It also allowed for families to claim the credit even if they did not have a minimum income. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, families must now earn at least $2,500 to get that credit.
You can be self-employed, but you do have to have some income and some tax responsibility, at a minimum some income, to get any portion of that amount refundable.
So we can verify that no, you cannot claim a child tax credit if you didn't report any income. We can verify. I'm Megan Bragg.
Welcome back. There's a new TikTok trend allowing you to go back in time. It's called Teenage Filter, which de-ages you, and it has some really funny results for people with facial hair. It's none of us up here, but it also makes some
Speak
people
for yourself.
get hey, I'm not pulling a Don Lemon. I didn't say anything. really emotional, like this woman who wrote that she wished she had been nicer to her younger self.
Aw.
All right, so we did our own over here, right? So, Steph, let's pull yours up.
Yeah, let's have a gander, shall we?
All right, here we go.
Oh, I look like a baby.
You do look like a little kid.
That's weird.
It is crazy. I do look like I'm about, today it's meant to be teenager, I look about 7.
No, it looks like you're getting like your driver's license. That's cute.
That is cute. You look like a cute Disney animation.
Odd,
Like,
but I'll
cute.
take it.
Yeah.
All right, Tori, let's see yours.
You look like a baby too.
Tori, you
Do I?
look cute.
You look
No, I don't want any Girl Scout cookies.
Oh my gosh.
I do look like a baby.
You do look like the girl from My Girl.
Yeah.
literally do.
Anna
Yes,
Chomsky.
so
That's pretty good.
I used to get that as a kid. Yeah. That's funny.
Erica, let's see yours. It's going to be the same.
It's going to be the exact
photo.
Oh.
Erica's a little baby.
Oh, so cute. You look fabulous.
That's so cute.
Yeah,
like
This thing really, it really
Show.
looks like real, though.
I didn't look like that as a teenager.
I was going to say, I definitely didn't look like mine. What about you, Jeff? What
Let's
did you
see.
look
Let's see
like?
mine.
Maybe you... Whoa! Oh my God, Jeffrey, you look like you're going to war.
Oh, in which photo?
Oh my God, you kind of look like, wow, like a Channing Tatum.
Wow, really?
What do you think, Jeff? Was that
You know,
accurate
it kind
to
of
how
makes
you
me
were?
feel bad about how old I got.
Yeah, you should.
Why?
No, I'm kidding.
I don't need Oz.
What
I'm
do
just
you
saying. I'm
mean?
like, wow, what happened to that guy?
I know.
Is that how you really looked as a teenager?
Yeah, do you feel like
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was way cute.
Did anyone feel emotional about seeing themselves a bit
No,
younger?
I think I did. I think I look like that, right? My eyes are a little
You look
weird.
darling.
But yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, no, that didn't make me feel emotional.
No.
What'd you get emotional about?
Some people saw it and thought, man, if I had been kinder to that younger person, now
Tori,
I
are
would
you
be...
crying?
No, my eyes are
I
just
was like,
watering.
wow, she's gone very emotional over here all of a sudden. I was like, oh no.
But this could be a practice in therapy for you to visually see yourself younger and say, I'm sorry, I will hold space for that wasn't there for you before. That could be a helpful tool.
Really?
Yeah, I took this a little
Just
deep, but you could do that because
Just
it's
like, what?
nice to see the little inner child within you and say, I'm sorry if I didn't. I mean, I look like a bunny rabbit.
I think it would
you
be
look
more
so
helpful
cute.
to actually look at a photo of
Photograph.
yourself.
Yeah, that's
Because I genuinely, I don't know about you guys, but mine doesn't look like how I did.
Yeah,
And mine was very
not at all.
generous, I'll be honest. I had big braces, spots, the whole thing,
Yeah, I
you know,
was
so I
ugly.
definitely didn't look as cute as that. No way.
I want to apologize to my younger self and be like, look what I did to you. Look what happened.
It's called aging. It's a privilege.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not everyone
I'll
ages.
bring it up with my therapist.
That's right.
We'll get a little BOGO deal
Little
going.
BOGO.
All right, we'll be right back.
President Jimmy Carter was the first president to acknowledge climate change while in office. A viral Reddit post with 123,000 upvotes claims Carter tried to address the energy crisis by adding solar panels to the White House during his administration, only to have his successor, Ronald Reagan, remove them. So let's verify. Did President Jimmy Carter have solar panels installed on the White House that President Ronald Reagan later removed? Our sources are the National Museum of American History, the White House Historical Association, Unity College, the University of California, and the U.S. Department of Energy. In 1979, gas prices were spiking across the nation, and Americans were looking for alternatives. The White House Historical Association says Carter decided to set the example and installed 32 solar panels on the roof of the West Wing to heat water in the White House. At the time, he predicted the panels would still be in use in the year 2000. In reality, the panels were removed in 1986 under then-President Reagan when the White House roof was resurfaced, and they never went back. The panels were placed into storage. So, yes, President Jimmy Carter did have solar panels installed on the White House that President Ronald Reagan later removed. Those panels did get a second life. In 1991, 16 of them were moved to Unity College in Maine, where they powered a water heater in the school's cafeteria until 2010. As for the White House, President George W. Bush installed solar panels on a maintenance building in 2003. 10 years later, President Barack Obama added panels to the main building. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
This February, love is in the air with a luxury included vacation to Sandals Dunn's River. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2 to beautiful Jamaica. The winner will be announced on DBL March 1st. Stop dreaming and start entering for your chance to win the trip of a lifetime.
Every month, 1 in 5 Americans receives a payment from the U.S. Social Security Administration. Typically, these are set payments that come like clockwork, but some recipients are wondering if they might get a bonus payment next month. So, let's verify. Will Social Security recipients receive a bonus payment in March? Our sources are the Social Security Administration and AARP. Social Security payments are sent out on a strict schedule. Most retirees get their payments on a set Wednesday each month, but those who receive supplemental security income, such as people who are disabled or blind and meet income qualifications, get their payments on the first of the month. This can be a problem if the first falls on a weekend when banks are closed, like on Saturday, April 1st, 2023. So the Social Security Administration will send out the payments the Friday before. In March, this means SSI recipients will get paid on March 1st and March 31st. But this isn't a bonus payment. They're just getting their April money 1 day earlier. So, no, Social Security recipients will not receive a bonus payment in March. AARP says all Social Security payments that would process on federal holidays also get sent earlier. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Today's Sandals word of the day is Caribbean. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2 to beautiful Jamaica.
Welcome back. You want to have whiter teeth but don't want to deal with the messy strips or sensitivity that goes with it? You're in luck. The brand that brought you Power Whitening Gel has created new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power. Effective tooth whitening can be achieved at home by simply adding the Pro Whitening Gel to toothpaste every time you brush. No change to your routine, no extra time or effort needed. In a clinical study, users saw an improvement of up to 8 shades brighter after using the gel for 30 days. Smile Actives is safe and effective and will work on crowns, bonding, and dentures. Order today for a special, hey Tori, buy one, get one free. Just like her therapist. Don't wait to get your brighter, whiter smile. Call 1-800-700-4040 or visit smileactives.com today. We only have like 10 seconds left, Tori. You want to give that Elvis impression?
Yeah, ready?
Go before we...
Hey, baby.
Wow.
Is it weird?
He doesn't even say that.
You have to
say
ask.
like I ain't nothing but a hound dog.
I ain't nothing but a hound dog.